Oh my gosh, that weather is like a month early. It feels good though. It's been clear and beautiful and things like that. No rain. It's been clear and beautiful and clear sky. The sun's gonna be up. Cool mornings. I tell you what. I love it. And that's the mystique of it, is when it's a cool Halloween, like it's Halloween, but it's, a bit like the cooling, the cool. Yeah. Of course, shouldn't like all the hype should warm you up, but yeah, that even makes it even more exciting. You know, not that I do any. I mean, I don't celebrate it like you all think, or like you all do, but yeah, I think this is gonna be a very interesting fall. I'm looking forward. Anyways, so today, um, I'm sorting things out, and I'm, oh gosh, I've been doing a lot of dream interpretation because so many people are having dreams. I mean, gosh, it's like I was bombarded by them yesterday. So I think, how long did I stay on? I'm not sure. I don't recall. I think I was in here for the morning, and then more towards the afternoon, it was like people wanted their dreams interpreted. And now we are in a because of the whole Neptune in retrograde. It's also pulling on Saturn. Kind of is a kind of a conjunction going on between Saturn and Neptune. And so it's causing dreams. And you can easily focus on dreaming because Mercury and Mars are also working together, a bit of a conjunct. Hmm. Well, yeah, I better say thank you. I say thank you because I had my last two streams have been amazing. I mean, like, wow. And of course, watch hours. I guess I'm referring to watch hours, like exponential. I love your retention. I appreciate your focus. Even if I'm glad we don't agree on everything. And I'm glad that you can, come in here and like believe how you believe, and I'm not going to convince you. I'm not going to try to convert you or anything like that. And thank you for respecting you, but also thank you for not like, well, I mean, some people did. I just don't remember them because if they were, I mean, if it's just like, put earplugs in and just, yeah, definitely that's equivalent of some stranger yelling at you, in your face. So, yeah, I mean, definitely I had to get rid of those. But I mean, the ones I mean, they stood in their truth and we had a dialogue. We talked for like hours. Oh my gosh, we talked for so long. But anyway, I love those conversations and I hope to have more of those in the future. Of course, I'm always going to be super respectful. And again, I'm not recruiting you. I'm not, you can, I guess, state your business, and I'm not going to, require you to do anything. You don't even have to have a psychic reading with me, to be honest. But some people did, and those readings, or that was the second live. The second live, people came in and had readings for themselves, and that was fun. No PayPal or nothing. It was just all they had to do was come in and say, "Hey, I'm serious. I want a reading. I don't know what it is. I don't know what you do, but I want one." beautiful. And that's all we talked about the entire time, about them. So definitely I want more of those. I love those. I also like I like the belief, stand in your belief conversations as well. As you know, I do have mine. You have yours. I have mine, and I'm not bothered by somebody is like wanting to maybe take a crack at convincing me in their stance because that goes along with speaking up for how they believe. So I'm okay with that as well. So it's not me over here saying, well, if you believe that way, you don't have to stay here. Absolutely not. Believe how you believe. But we were getting gems just by having conversation. There were gems on both sides. Like they had some good things to share, to contribute. I had some good things to contribute, and either of us didn't have to conform to the other. I love that we're in a place in the world or in the internet where that doesn't fly. So yeah, you don't have to do that, and I don't have to do that, but we can always get smarter. There is room to get a little bit smarter. Know more than what you knew, but before. So definitely, kind of sending out signaling. I would love to invite you and have more of these types of conversations. And yeah, the channel is um, growing. It's going up, 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 slowly but surely. Is that the lyrics? And um, each time I will continue to try my best to um, also demonstrate my abilities. So, I like to come in and do readings and show you how fantastic. If I'm a psychic, I want to show you how fantastic of a psychic I am. Or if you call me a psychic, call me the grand psychic. I'm the psychic that has rewards and things like, yeah, this psychic got like awards and certificates and oh my gosh, it was a blasphemous. I was like, yeah, describe me that way, please. Or like that psychic had the nerve to even be correct. Like why do they let him walk around? I'm that psychic. I'm like that psychic did say some stuff that I would not even told my grandmom. Yes, that's me, or that or knows all about the tarot. And by the way, there you are here. And I just realized I have 7 decks, like ready to go, but I have 4 there, and then I went ahead and I wasn't even paying attention that I had 4 there. But I also have my big deck. Do I have a deck? I think I have a deck. No, I put all my pens in there. But I have, yeah, I have many, many more. I'm realizing just how many, and I even have some that I intend to get. So, yeah. So I'm definitely studying the esoteric symbols. Therefore, I'm studying dream symbols. I love dream interpretation. Tarot cards are not so far away from dream interpretation. And I think, like I said, I had a lot of those yesterday. Yeah, yesterday afternoon. But anyway, we'll just keep working on the channel, and hopefully we'll get to a nice place where I can introduce a few other things. But this channel is not just for me being a phone psychic. I just am, my title is a phone psychic, but I do talk about the things that you say, well, I'm firmly rooted, or, I'm in my beliefs. We do talk about your beliefs. And actually, we talk about your beliefs in a beneficial way, in a positive way. It's just that when we speak about your beliefs, if you know what I'm saying, if I'm saying the Abrahamic belief system, it's just that we actually read the Abrahamic, the from the from Hebrew to English and Greek to English, as it was written, like where it's literally like word for by word translation. We read from there actually. So, and then we also are incorporating um, a few other ones I can't think of. The Apocrypha, we're including that one. And the Bhagavad Gita, that's the Hindu Biblios. So, yeah, we are talking about several different subjects of beliefs. And yes, I work with people from the countries of all of these systems as well. So Europe, I'm assuming, that's where, when they got the scrolls, they interpreted there. So Europe, India, you know, uh, the Arab Kingdom. I always like to say it that way, and many more, and many more. So yeah, so definitely, all beliefs clearly are welcome. Even Buddhists, by the way, even Buddhists. Um, it's just that we tap into Buddhism naturally because they're so closely like pretty much entangled when we speak on the Bhagavad Gita. So we naturally the science of meditation, yoga, etc. gets pulled in to that conversation, as well as the Bible gets pulled into the Bhagavad Gita. That's why we like to talk about it. Also, even the Greek mythos gets pulled into the into that book, into that holy book, which means, by the way, Bhagavad Gita means the Psalm of God, Song of God, Psalms in the it's like there's a lot of correlation that we like entire not just words but also phrases. Also, we have what else? There's one more. There's one more piece. There's one more. Oh, you were just right there. Uh, Okay, let me back up. Oh, metaphysics. So metaphysics is also naturally tied. Everything has a metaphysic, but I mean like literal terms. Metaphysical terms are also in the Bhagavad Gita. So when we do read the Bhagavad Gita together, we discover all of these, you know, like, yeah, all of these correspondences. And we just kind of just put puzzle pieces together, and we also read it together. So it's not me, creating something out of thin air like you. So you're reading exactly what I'm reading, or you can, and making those distinctions or similarities. Yeah. So it isn't that we don't talk about those things. It's just that when we do it, we really do it. We bring up the material, the reading material. But the reading is not centered on that either. So this is not a place where we're just like I guess studying spirituality or mysticism. This is a place where it's encompassing all of that. And then there's just the normal, sway of conversation. So yeah, people sometimes they say what they need to get off or say what they need to say, and then we go from there. So it can also host just, you know, some, how do you do conversations, some greetings, some welcomes, some discard if you want to, what do you call it, rebuke or discard, there's that, those conversations, and all are welcome. And from there, what do we want to talk about today? Okay, so 8 minutes, I actually sign in and I start working, and it's going to be a marvelous day. We're going to start working in a little bit. But in between times, I'll be able to work with your questions. Yeah. I could technically hold out till 10. I could. Or I could give you one more hour. I could do that. I could sacrifice an hour. I had a pretty busy yesterday. Do I need to do that? I don't know. I don't know. I might go early, come in. I might go ahead and go early. I'm not sure. But so far, pretty much for the most part, um, I think that's. Oh, speaking of the metaphysical side, yes, there's entire conversations that's just, I mean, besides it having connections to everything, like other subjects, we will also have like, like, I guess, embrace your mental power, those types of conversations. Yeah, we are going to have conversations around that as well. Um, as the channel is growing. And also, remember, I also am a student and a graduate of metaphysical sciences. So I am qualified. I'm definitely self-proclaimed and self-qualified, but I'm also qualified through the university. So to guide you, got the certificate and everything else. I'm also qualified to speak on these subjects as in the Biblios because again, I have the certificate. I have a certificate. I've also have actually founded a nonprofit 501c3 and it was a kind of nonprofit that people like be frowning like what say what like mine was based on actual like science education spirituality not for entertainment because it's about also belief or religious connections, affiliations, aligning with my university. And so yeah, and so I was one of those nonprofits that was metaphysical, spiritual, and could talk about religious affairs and say whatever I wanted to talk about, anything I want to talk about, also education. I could also I don't have to say for not entertainment only. It was educational, etc. Sciences, metaphysical sciences specifically, philosophy, things like that. So yeah, I did start that successfully, able to help people in California. I was given a huge, it's like 6 foot cross, and it was like 6 inches, and in the 6 by 6, I guess. You know what I mean? And a cross. It had a gold. Okay, so it's a cross, right? So it had a gold indention right down the center and a cross. It was beautiful. And and the man who makes these, also dark wood. The man who makes these doesn't just give them away free. He gave it to me for because of what I was doing. And it was a church, and they do consider my path to be a ministry. And what happened to that cross? I have many photos of me decorating the cross, and I even would even include I would write people's names and pin it onto the cross, and I put wreaths and flowers on it, and did lives and streams when I would do like sort of like stream readings. Yeah, and people would want their name on there. So I would write it on a piece of paper or something that they were thinking about, and I'd put it up there. But before I left California, because I had landed a huge contract, I actually gave it to a church. So yeah, it was blessed, and I carried it a great distance. And California is very hilly. And we got it to its home. Yeah, a church, a nice church. And the person wanted to pay me. I said, nope, I refused their money because I was told, don't sell. It's not for sale. I'm to give it. And then, yeah. So then the next 6 years, I went further into the psychic industry. So anyway, I'm in the psych industry now as well. I think you already know the story. I'm connected with five famous psychics. I read with their clients. Also, I'm with a huge company here in America, and I just juggle both of them. Sometimes I dream about adding another one, and if I add this one, I would have all of the big companies, like the companies that you see when you, if you were to say looking for a psychic company, those probably these are the two first that you will see. I have worked for both of them. I now just work for one of them, and if sometimes I think about, because my temptation to have everything, that I should test with them. So from time to time, I think about it, but I'm sort of sorting things out with my own mind. But then I notice that I pull away from that vision the more that I think about my channel, my YouTube channel. So I'm thinking that, like, straight to it, I think that it's probably more spiritual if I connect. My ego says go for the, get all three. And then, like the number, the thought of having three, the consecutive number of three, the power of three, so then there's, well, spiritually, it's like my end game is to, I'm ready to channel my professionalism. And as I work, whatever I need from the industry, I can get. The rest of it I can get along the way, but I need to channel all of what I know and learn into my YouTube channel. So that's what I'm supposed to be doing. That's the real assignment, and that's why I've been going live so early in the morning. Is because, well, I like the mornings, and oh, and it's 8 o'clock exact. I am definitely going to do the work that I do. All right, so I'm officially on. I had unplugged my phone so they wouldn't disturb me, to make sure, like, just in case. Even if they, oh, we didn't mean to log you on. It doesn't matter because I'm still not able to receive call. I'll be right back. All right. Oops. Oh yeah, it's a little. Yeah. Do you mind? If... Okay, let me see. Oh, it's not that bad. My phone, it makes it look darker. Okay, but on YouTube, I know people like my the yellow me. Oh boy, really? You like the yellow me? Oh man. One second. There. I like it. I like the there. But I like the yellow. Oh, I like the yellow me. Oh man. On my phone, it looks darker. I know there's a difference. All right, you've got the yellow me. I don't mind black. That's because it's more comfortable. I could feel the vibrations from the that's not natural light. I'm happy to have it though. I mean, without it, I wouldn't be able to work. All right, so it's official. We are plugged into everything. I hope I don't lose too much weight. I'm watching my weight. I'm like, no, don't. Please don't go back down. I'm trying to stay up. Oh my gosh. This is the season that I like to make my soups. So yeah, my soup is the famous uh, Niger. Well, I know it's African, but mine is Nigerian. My famous Nigerian bowl of soup with my dough that is bright white, like a Batala's garment. And oh my gosh. And I discovered season it, season your dough. I love to put the seasoning in with the dough. Oh my gosh, so delicious. And then the flavorful, just like many flavors firing off at once. And spice, and spice. Yeah, fit for the kings. And when I eat it, that's why I don't, I don't, get colds or anything like that. But it's so delicious. I know I'm talking about food this morning. I know. I love the foods. Hmm. I might have to make some and eat it in here too. Go live and show you my finished product. I think I've done it once. I showed you the soup. I didn't show you the. I just made something real quick, and I just wanted the literally the soup itself. Not. They didn't have any. I don't think it had any of the goodies. I call it the goodies, like the meats, uh, the the peppers, the onions, and to the different things that I put in there. It didn't. It just was the soup, I believe. The broth, I guess, because I just just to to kick us off, and then I'm like, yeah, I better put a dent in it. Yeah, that was delicious. But I like to do that in the fall, so more like in November. So I still have a month to go, but it feels like all this the cool temperatures these past few mornings. Yeah, of course it feels good. Definitely. I woke. I kind of was waking up, and I was like, "Ooh, it's kind of," and I bundled myself up. But then I heard, what's that? What is it? How's it go? We're going up, 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 slowly but surely. I was waking up. Guess what? That's how I used to wake up growing up. In my like it always like when I'd wake up, it'd be like a pop music, and my body would just like on the floor of the music. So I had no trouble getting up in the morning. Now when you wake up like that, I've also when I wake up, I wake up sometimes I wake up I'm like smiling. I've had people looking down at me smiling, me waking up. The weirdest thing, but it's definitely a feeling. It's like one of the best feelings of waking up. It's like one of the best feelings of the day. And then I can go off and have a bad day and get wrecked. But that's how my day starts. Hmm. So yeah, Saturn in return. That's more like describing Saturn in return. The Saturn in return is good for you. Saturn, it definitely sounds intimidating. It's a it's a masculine planet, but it speaks to like the grandparents. If I'm not, yeah, it speaks to the grandparents, but also speaks to your childhood. So like parents can actually get pulled in there just by proxy, but yeah, it does kind of sound intimidating. Like, so boy, Saturn, but it must be good because people only have recorded negative things about it. I mean, universally, they only speak negative about it, and they contribute it to, like the bad characteristics of bad forces. So it must be a pretty important planet. It's got to be for them to wreck it like that. It's doing something wonderful that other people, must be, somehow, in a spiritual way, hindering, people who just quite haven't figured out this world yet. So anyway, this year or this time working with that planet, I'm actually getting good readings from that planet, even wonderful experiences. Um, yeah, but yeah, this is definitely a time to seek after spirituality. I think because the like the tie, but between okay, so Neptune is we know is a spiritual planet, but it's also the planet of the church. Besides that, it's also the planet for psychics. So like if you're like have psychic senses and sensitivities, so yeah, that planet is what like where is it placed in your on your chart, more or less. Hmm. So those two connections right there, definitely would help with some of the awakening process, like the breaking away of, I call them cell memory blocks. So, yeah, right now, I mean, I feel like all layers are in alignment right now. So, I'm like building up now from here. And I've noticed reading from others, like other, I guess, sort of like reading other perspectives when I read for people. It's that they have it's like they've done everything their way and it hadn't worked out, and so all they're left with is the right way. That's the best way to put it. Like it's like universe like wants you to do this, this, and this. And so now, and they would say, well, I decided I tried to tell them no, and I'm like, it's okay. It's like you had readings and worked it all the way to get to for them to say yes, and then you tell them no in the end. Yes, you have that much free will, absolutely, right up to the part where you're going to take the sword out of the stone. You have free will to say, yeah, I'd rather not. Yeah, you could. Or put it back, take it up, put it back. Yeah, you could. But I've noticed, to the what I'm saying out of this, what I got out of it is that people are left with what they must do. Doesn't have to mean what they have decided not to do, but it gives them a like very clear numbers, exact like steps, exact, precise, like practical steps to take to get what they want. And that's what they're left with. No extra stuff. They don't have to. Well, I just thought maybe I would just go this other way. So it's good to see that there's some logistics involved in this. I'm seeing it too in my own journey. Hmm. Yeah. My gosh. Um, Still a little bit of shuffling here. This is the first time that I've had this. I knew it was going to be something like it gives me that picante feeling, that salsa feeling, but I liked it actually. It is really good. It is. I think it's not something that I would have with my vegetables. I like just the regular, give me that Louisiana hot, just plain old hot sauce on my vegetables. But on like something like this is great for anything like you know, what was I using it for? Like anything that you would may find on a like in a taco. This is really good. Anything that's Mexico, was it Mexi? Anything that's Mexi, like refried beans, this would probably be wonderful with. Anything with tortilla, this would be it. Hmm. I like it. I actually have to put this back right there. It looks nice too. Hmm. Yeah. No, this is not Florida water. This is actual hot sauce. Just saying. That's nothing. Well, it's magical because I believe the gods made it. It comes from the gods, but it's not. I'm not using it for anything mystical, if you know what I mean. This is not for mystical practice. This is for my belly. It does look like that though. It looks like looks like one of those Florida Florida bottles. But no, it's not. It's not. It is not that. Oh my gosh. So I'm telling you, I know for a fact that we are in some special alignment. So I'm like any visions, any dreams, any words, I'm writing it down. I already have, I have tons of these, but I've already got this ready to go. Got plenty of pens. So I'm still listening. For the next 2 months. I'm getting insights about the stars and ready to share that information with you, of course. Anything that comes through. Today, oh yeah, today is going to be a relaxing day. I am running today, Sunday, like it's a Monday, like it's Tuesday or something. So this should be a relaxing day, maybe till later, but also we're early. So yeah. But yeah, I need to get back in alignment and just start back on my journey, getting in here. I could have gone live from my studio and did the Bhagavad Gita. I could have. I'm not ready to. I'm not ready to talk about the Bhagavad Gita, but I'm feeling it coming on where we got to do the 15th chapter. I might can do that this evening, actually. Do the reading of the Bhagavad Gita. Okay, I'll do it sometime today. That means I'll have to go live from the studio. I get it all set up. So at least now we know. So you're gonna come back and do a live. Yeah, I'm gonna come back and do a live. But I'm gonna do it from the studio, which means that yeah, we're gonna do the reading of the Bhagavad Gita, and that should be wonderful. Right, let me get my cards shuffled up real nice and neat. Um, see what we gather here. Um, mm, 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 mm. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh. So, um, did you all know that there's two things that I want to talk about though? Do I want to hold off on that? For maybe for the Bhagavad Gita? No, I could say it now. So I'm at a dilemma about these are the world stage predictions of mine. I'm going to be honest with you. I made two world predictions, two of them. And this isn't the. Okay, so back in November, I made two world stage predictions. And I saw that JD Vance, like coming into the VP, I did a reading along with, I read I read Walt's, I read Harris, astrological chart, Trump's, and JD. And I picked JD's karma is he can achieve some power, but there's power that he'll never witness. Like he'll never be. The reading said that he'll never become president. Like he won't ever. He cannot achieve all power. Like all power, like as in the presidency power. Now he can achieve some, but he's always like one. There's always a there's always a step away from power that he never reaches, is the way he explained it to me. So there's that. Um, yeah, I've been sitting on that because I see him trending. Oh, and Trump's health is fine. Trump will go through all. It's kind of like you all kind of some you need a punishment, okay? You need like dad's come home. It's 5 o'clock. You were not been very good, all day, and you don't want to listen in class. It's kind of like you need a big, like a big talking to. So at least you get to eat dinner, but no one's sending you off to bed without dinner. It's just, yeah, you kind of need to, for this next 4 years, you kind of need to go through through all of this. So that way, also on a practical level, on for real though, this is more for real. You need to know how important your vote is. You need to be more respectful with your when you vote. You need to know how the importance of voting. You need to respect your vote. So you kind of have to go through these the rest of the remainder of 3 years and 3 months. You need to do it. You need to go through this. Kind of like slap yourself. Don't slap anybody's mama. Slap yourself. You know, know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's kind of it's your punishment, and yeah. So that's from come right handed down from the gods. Period. So yeah, but so yeah, so okay, the two what so again without all of the the theatrics, what are your predictions? Okay, JD Vance will not obtain presidential power. And also Trump, but you kind of let him say it because it's like I got Trump's back anyway. Don't worry. But Trump's health, he's going to be able to complete his entire term. This term that he's in currently, he'll he'll be president for the full term. That's what I'm saying. And then we obviously JD Vance will run for president. That doesn't stop him from running. If we have free will, is there a way that he could turn it around? If he were calling me and asking me, well, the rest of that is all God's. If the gods will it, so will it. But I don't just get insight for nothing, which means there's going to be a lot of signs that illustrate otherwise. Anyway, that's all. That's kind of been weighing on my heart for the past week as it's been trending. And I said, oh boy. And the God said, yeah, you don't you definitely the pick, but not even, I mean, it started when President Trump actually said, well, he's definitely my predecessor. I mean, obviously, if you have to think about that, if anything happens to me, you know, the VP would step in, obviously, but or if he steps down, and or yeah, like and either of those are not going to happen simultaneously or otherwise. Just thought I would share that. hmm Yeah, that's a lot. I know it's a lot to take in. All of a sudden. Yeah, I did. How long have you known this? Since last November. Yeah, they said it months ago. And of course, people are already, putting in their, as they should though, they're participating in the process of, you know, um, you know, political events, so yeah, they should make their predictions and say who they would like to see or if that would be a good fit, and because it's something that's going to involve them when that time comes 3 years from now. But 3 years from now, there's a lot going on right now. Over so this is the first year, so we have 1 year, 3 months um, to find resolve with the economy. Remember, I know people are like, now, 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 nothing's happened yet. And but it's they gave themselves 2 years to do it. So it's like they're like, let them tucker themselves out. We still like we're on a 2 year framework. They're on a day-to-day base framework, or like, well, this month, or this week. It's more like, yeah, we're going for the long haul. The long haul is 2 years. This year and next year. So the 3 months, 4 months left of this year, or 3 months. Was it 3 months? 3 months and was it 3 quarters? And then yeah, 1 year, 1 year, 3 months, 3 quarters time they've allotted themselves to get the economy fully invested in America the right way. The angels of literacy is like, shut up, shut up, shut up. I gave it my best whirl. Oh gosh, that was hilarious. Okay, so yeah, nice. So yeah, things are moving along just as intended. Um, hmm Let's do a little bit of shuffling here. All right, I'm pretty sure those are nice and neat. Did I shuffle one of these? Okay, let's see. Shuffle these a little bit better. Okay, so we talked about, some things that I see more or less trending, but it's good to see some other things being revealed too, like through Jupiter. The Jupiter Venus aspect, it's all about justice and balance scales, but they also are, it's like the planet of revealing, the revealer planet. is showing giving revelations, showing revelations about who people are. You can clearly see who they are. So I like that. People's true intentions, their motives, why they do things, and what they will never do. Things like that. So it's nice where things are, how things are moving, I guess. Yep, and being channeled. This is Gemini, but I know what it means. They know I always, which is Gemini's planet is Mercury. That's so right. That's so true. Um, but a lot's going on with Libra. Yeah, lots going on with Libra and Jupiter. I just passed them both. But yeah. Um, let's see. There. All good. Okay. We're all shuffled up here. So yeah. Um very interesting. I have some in-depth things, but I said I don't want to use my channel to talk about people. The people that I like to talk about are like politicians, you know, or like the world leaders, people like that. Or like if something like really comes up and it's like a big thing, like a universal thing, then yes. Like if I speak about celebrity, like it's like a universal power struggle, you know, something that is conscionable. It has to be bigger than life. But like talk about their affairs. I mean, I'll talk about their affairs with them as I have, but in you know with them personally, but not like I don't want to create my channel to be like what's going on in this person's life. You know, there's other ways to read or to demonstrate my gifts without doing that. So yeah, I won't ever really get into that. I don't think, unless they are like crossing over into like the dark side and you know there we go dark sided you know then then I will do something then, but for the most part probably no. Or like somebody who is like what do you call those people, like an influencer, you know, something. Yeah, I won't unless I like talk to them first. I say, hey, I'd like to do your chart. Do you mind? And I might do it that way if I ever had. But they like, even if they got into like a Rico type of situation, I still wouldn't do. That doesn't mean I'm gonna do a chart for them. Just because, like, okay, you're in a Rico case, okay. But it has to be something like universally conscientious about it, and then I maybe would. But definitely if they go dark sided, then I probably would. Yeah. Like there's so many things I guess conversations, you know, that we could talk about regarding what's going on with other people. Um, but it'll be for teaching purposes only. Like for example, somebody, all of a sudden, yesterday they were living their life, living their dream. They're using their God-given talents that they perfected and made into skills, and they're paid for it. To now they want to be spiritual gurus, for example. That's what I meant by, they like cross over, and now they're in trouble with the law because, and they put on the guise or the apparel that of a spiritualist, or a psychic or something like that. That's what I mean by dark side, going dark, trying to be like that, some type of representation of skull and bone, in death, then that's enough to like, now I will do a chart for them. Like, what's going on? Hey, what is this? That's, wait a minute. That is not what our gifts are for. So, yeah. So, for the most part, I'm going to like stick to, on the occasion, I'll share, what's in the big books. What's in the books, the books were opened. From time to time, I'll share, some things. Do I have like dedicated? Yes, I will have like dedicated, like, this is what's up type of lives. That's something I definitely want to do for members, like a surprise. I gift my members, that information, especially something that is universal, that everybody is talking about, that, those types of lives and what I see for them. So there will be those, but those would be, that sounds obvious. Of course, I'm going to do that. As a psychic, yeah. At my level, of course, I'm going to definitely do that. Um, and then also uh, study, empowering or powers of the mind, the power of the soul. Um, that's also, but it's information that I've never shared on a live before. So it's, in other words, I have studies that I refuse to go into myself. I mean, study it myself until I reach a certain point. So I'm working as much as I can with my channel to get it to, expand. It's growing. I'm gaining subscribers along the lines of gaining the watch hours, but it's for members. Um, with that said, nonetheless, I'm still going to do a lot for just the public area. So that's just some a little something a little extra that's going into that side of things, the memberships. But like, I have to go through memberships to get to where I want to be, and that is to reach the 4,000 watch hours. So that lets you know. Well, I haven't even broken 500, let alone 1,000. But I know that I have a feeling that once I get to, you know, at what time? Oh, just so you know, I have 353 watch hours. 353. For now, when I say that, that means a lot. Okay, that's a lot of watch hours. I'm like, wow. So I am definitely like losing it over here. I'm like, y'all like watched, me for that long. That's the way I'm perceiving in my brain. I'm trying not to think one person watched all of that for all of that time. I'm just saying, just playing. Yeah, considering I've gained so many subscribers since then, like we're close to 30 subscribers, new subscribers. Anyway, it's happening, you guys. So definitely, um, I am going to have to make it worth your while in some ways. To get people invested, but not to the point where they're like they have to like live here. Nothing like that. Not gonna make it where you have to live here. No, absolutely not. I wouldn't like that either. So you living in, I wouldn't like that. So no, 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 no. You'll still be able to, you know, like like order from DoorDash. I'm not gonna be a whole DoorDash bill, if you know what I mean. And if you're awake in our economy, that's about $40 easy. So something or $40 to $50 easy. So maybe a little more. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, big plans. Yeah, we still talk about very sophisticated, serious subjects. So don't worry. We still maintaining our abilities. We haven't forgotten who we are. Our gift is not dirty. Um, we, are continuing our journey. Yeah, the gift is clean. And we are even growing, and we still know things. I know things. Yes, I still know things. We're not cracked out over here or any other strung out or anything. We're not delusional in drink or anything like that. And we're not on the verge of death, and we're not long suffering with, ease from medication in my lifelong, transmitted disease. We're none of those. Not even that. We're very, very clear on our path. We know exactly what we're going to do. And we're in the industry. If we have our quirks, we know what to do to work them out. We can iron them out. We have little wrinkles here and there. We know what we have to do. You know, we just pick up one of our books. It's like, how do you deal with this? We call them spiritual treatments. We know what to look for. We know where to go. So, hmm and yeah, we're gonna keep diligent. Um, I love that word. It's a low vibrational, beneficial word. It's low vibrational, but it's beneficial. It's a good word, a strong word. Diligent. Yeah, so we're quite diligent in our work, and we're going to keep up with the progress. And hopefully, everything that we're thinking about, such as like, um, creating this spiritual space we're working on, a spiritual acceptance space of even philosophies, we're able to achieve that. So yeah, I say it's a spiritual space because that's my way of saying this is going to be a place where people can benefit, even if they're not spiritual, not believing in spirituality, or believing, in very rigid in their beliefs. This is still a spiritual space. So that's how I like to view my channel. So definitely I'm going to keep it like that, and it doesn't go anywhere from that, outside of that. Um, yeah, and but at the same time, all philosophies are welcome. Even the philosopher is okay. They're okay with me. They can come along. Mhm. Yeah, we'll keep walking. We'll keep on in the direction that we're going. Yeah. But yeah, it's a happy Sunday. It is, right? Good Sunday. Hmm. It is just right. right. Let's get some study and let's study a little more. Get a little bit of studying going on here. Going up, up, up. We want to read from here. Or let's read a little bit of this. Get a little bit of this action going on here. Okay, let's see. That's a very good question, actually. something. I need to write that out. Um, so, all right. Which, mm, oh, my bad. Hello, world of science. How are you? My bad. I see you. How are you? Good to speak with you today. Good to say hi. Thank you for dropping in. I hope you're good. Just sort of, reading definitely helps to clear my thoughts. So it's like, or not clear thoughts, but channel and focus my analytical abilities, my analyzing thoughts. I should be like there's meditation right before or calming down, everyone does. I think that what I need to do, I need to read something. Like whenever my mind is jumbled and I'm like, what is wrong with me? Like if I read a chapter of some sacred book or out of like a studies, like a textbook of sorts, that always does it for me. So I definitely know what works for me now. Like I'll probably be over there, like everybody else will be like doing that. I would be like, give me a book quick, any book, I don't care. And I just read that, start reading it. My thoughts start funneling. Like I need them like, okay, now I'm ready. I can do this. Yep, it's a good day. Good day. It's a wonderful day. Gosh, I feel excited about going forward. It's gonna have a lot of fun. It's gonna be, oh my gosh, so much fun coming up. Like, I just want to be alive here for it. I definitely am like, please keep me alive, keep me around because I just want to see, I want to see this through. But yes, everything that I'm studying and learning, don't worry, I'm gonna get it to you. We'll talk about these things some point. Sometimes, it'll come up because, someone will ask and I will know exactly what to share. Also through my experience as well. So through my experiences, but also supported by, my studies. Yeah, it's a good day. Those are nice and shuffled already. Yeah. I had to get this down because this comes up so much. Like scientific minds do reach out to me, and it's funny when they try to apply their analytical abilities or their scientific process to measure something that cannot be measured. Only way you can measure it is by basis to basis, which means event to event, or whatever is happening in terms of like what they call it, like deducing, but without inducting. You can't induct if you're not supposed to induct if you're psychic. So you wouldn't be inducting, but you're deducing things that we consider to be like metaphysical mathematics. You're just supposed to know if you're a psychic, and then you deduce because they want it to sound logical too at the same time. So it can be like like it can be like super spiritual language just to say that someone should consider opening up their own practice. Like they're like, you're like that's not answering their question, and they may call you out on it. Like, and you probably won't mention the fact that they need to open up a practice, and you just say after they tell you, and you just say, "Well, I know that you're not working right now." That's just not cutting it. You didn't really connect. You just like said a lot of spiritual stuff like that no one could connect with. So that's not good. I don't like the word connection, but I mean connect with the information. They can't find themselves or place themselves in the information. So yeah. So this is explaining. I've always said this, by the way. This is how I like. There's no way you can apply your mathematical, your equations and functions to this. It's not going to work. The scientists can't prove it. You can't prove it. Even I can't prove it. So it's like literally like first of all, let me pick some things up on you that you would not have told anybody. Number one, let's start there. Secondly, yeah, you're going to know as much as I can see about the future as you're experiencing it. When it happens, that then you calculate that. And they use a fancy word for it. Efficiency. How effective is the art of reading? Well, it's efficient, like what did you gain? And of course that's going to be subjective to each person, kind of like spirituality or religions. Like if its efficiency is going to be based on what the personal desires and needs and wants and needs of the person who's the recipient of that service, that spirit service or that religious service. So yeah, this is very well written. I liked it, so I was like, yeah, let me think about this. I want give me something to ponder on. The questions were, does it work? Like people ask, is this real? Well, does it work? Like, what's your track record? Like, didn't you read the feed? I guess what is it called? The feedback. But besides asking them, well, did you read the feedback? All I can say is, well, the clients seem to be happy, and they do contact me and tell me, sometimes a year later, yeah, this happened, and I talked with you many times. In fact, you're the one that I trust, and I just, well, I'm calling you about something different this time. So that's the way my conversations go. And so, from my perspective, apart from individual effects on upon their own lives, their personal lives at that I would not know anything about, I say the efficiency is only based on what people tell me. And then, but the how to, people say, how do you do that? Like, how did you get one? I always say, well, I've been doing this reading for a long time. I started reading since I was a kid, blah, blah, blah. So why are you here today? You're the most important conversation right now. It's all about you. No, they do not want to hear about how I was raised and surrounded by spiritual mentors, gifting me, intelligence about what's to come in my wonderful, career, a man, a black man, and I'm living in America, and in my privilege to, stay and thrive in some spiritual, borderline teacher. They're thinking guru. I hate that word. Connected with universe, God, and mystery. They don't want to hear that from me. No, 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 no. That's not politically in alignment. So that's wrong in all cases, even for me. Okay, so I just always say, grew up young and figured it out, had a lot of mentors, blah, blah, blah. So why are you here today? Literally, I'll say, that's the time I really will say blah, blah, blah. Because they're like, well, actually, I'm just here just for me, like I'm just, I don't have time with you. Yeah, so I don't go into it and I don't pretend. And I don't pretend like they want to hear it from me. So, but they will ask, like very like those who want to genuinely know will ask very straightforward, like I want to know, because sometimes people are like, "How are you?" I get a lot of the "How are you?" Are like how's your day? And then you're like, well, today is sunny, it's beautiful, it's bright, and I went for an early morning walk. And they're like, well, then and then I, just was recently awarded an award for graduating. Whoa, whoa, wait, I don't want to hear that. Like, okay, it's like oh you only put your foot out there, you're not ready to go full open spiritual or like open minded. You still have some, like people have still have some, some outdated systems going on with them. So yeah, so when they just ask, I say, "How are you? You're here for a reading." It's like, "How are you? How are you? You're here for so you're here for a reading? Phenomenal. Where would you like to begin?" And then it's their woes. So I don't give people an opportunity to diminish my whether if it's my high moments or my low moments. I just like actually we're not like kind of like the therapist. We're actually here to talk about you. You're here to talk about you. You're paying for the call. So no, I'm interested. I'm only interested in working with my guides to help deliver the answer so you can transcend this reading. Yeah. So otherwise you're leaving. You're going away. Yeah. So yeah. So it is with every. That's like all across the board. I'm telling you. So yeah. I'm not gonna. What my the brightness of my life. I don't want to spoil. I don't want to wreck your day. You know, like give you a bad day. So because that's exactly how it's gonna go. It goes like that all the time. Like I ke- like okay, I should ask how you doing because it's, you know, but then it's like, I can't stand you. I'm like, that's probably the truth. You probably should have, you could lead with that. Like, I can't stand you. I hate calling psychics, but I really need this one question answered. And if you could just answer it like a yes or no, I would be, you like, I will thank you. I'll be very grateful. Like, well, they won't, without saying thank you or grateful, they don't never say thankful, thank you or grateful. They'll just say, you know, I respect your time. I respect your time. It's like, okay. Well, have a good day with the rest of your time. So, but that would be more truthful, though. That'd be more honest. Which, by the way, that's all the energy that I want to connect with anyway, because it's like, here, this is what you needed. Okay, great. Now you'll transcend. Good. Mm-hmm. But those of who are stopping in and saying, "Hey, hi, and how are you?" Oh, science, that wasn't directed at you, but it probably was like subconsciously, but I wasn't meaning you when I said all that. I'm just saying, you know, like, you know, let's talk a little bit about my journey. That's all. I didn't mean to throw that on you like that. My bad. You're like, what did I do? It wasn't you. You didn't do anything. Mm. I was just talking about referencing my experience. You know how I usher people. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I just like, oh, why do you do it that way? Well, if you're familiar, the easiest way to explain to you would be like Reiki masters. Like if you're a natural, I run into a lot of these people. Like, okay, first of all, everybody doesn't want to be a psychic. Do everybody want to, or is everyone occasionally upset with the universe and God? Yes. Do everybody want to be maybe a God for a day? Yes. Everyone's interested in having, you know, powers or knowing some secret knowledge, you know, some kind of key to the universe that no one else knows? Everybody does. Yes, absolutely. But you know, like it's kind of like would everyone like to be like a, you know, like a, well, like maybe when you think of sometimes like somebody who works for the government or who works for like the law, and you're like just bad, like you do flips and you do, you know, martial arts, and you know how to drive really well and on wet roads, and you know how to, you know, use firearm, you know, like you want to be bad, like, or if you think, well, in mathematics intelligence, like, you know, all the equations, you know, super mathematics, you know, like calculus 1, 2, and 3 and 4, you know, like, you know how to chart trigonometry, graphs, on paper, no grid. Like everybody wants to be amazing in anything and all variations of what amazing means. So there's that that goes along with the idea of like like to be the very best that if you're going to be any of those things or anything, you want to be the best at it. There's people who I work with, and what they do is that they like kind of like do like they kind of like cater and they create events for like like famous people, like celebrity style people, and so that's what they do. They're famous in their own right, but behind the scenes or people like that, they're not like famous in front of the camera, but they are behind the camera. A pleasure, Donald here. Okay, so the weirdos are trying it. Uh, oh yeah, and you gotta like you can't just hang out on the phone, and I'm not gonna act like a damsel, American damsel. I am blonde, but I'm not gonna let my blonde show and be like a damsel on the other end. Who is this? Hate it from the temple. In 4 or 5 seconds, like in email, like there's a weirdo to keep calling me. Would you please mind them that this is not the dating app or this is not the app for cruising? Like, stop cruising. This is a spiritual psychic only service. I've told them this many times, like in an email, like, hey, I just want to let you know the only services that I provide here is psychic services. That's it. Period. Like full on sentence. Like the only service I provide here is psychic service. So don't try to create emotional connections. I'm not looking for that. I don't want that at all, and I'm good. So like, yeah. So yeah, if you're just gonna do all that and do a lot of breathing, and you just want to just hear my voice, if you just want to hear my voice because my voice is healing, that's okay. But if you don't say anything at all, if you just like, you at least gotta say hello, and then you could say, I don't want to. I don't want to hear anything. I mean, I don't want to say anything. I'm just listening. Y'all just keep going. That's okay. But like, just to, you know, like that's not a that I'm not gonna hang out with you on the phone in that vibration, even though I'm charging you. By the way, that means I have to really not like that. If you call and you're doing that, I'm charging you, and I won't even hang out, and I know I need that money. That means I really don't like it. I really don't like it. So yeah, I don't hang out on the phone. So yeah, I don't do the whole play with your emotions, and don't play with mine, please. I don't play with your emotions, and please don't play with mine, or mentally, or create strange paradoxes. Uh-uh. I can. I cannot. Like, can I give you a name? Can I just call you? Can I make you my Jeffrey or my Donna? No, you may not. You refer to me by the name I gave you. The fictitious name I gave you, that's the name you refer to me as. Donnie. You may call me Donnie. That's the fictitious name I gave you, right? That's the name you'll refer to me as. So, oh gosh. Mm, yeah. And please don't get on the phone doing all that slurping. Oh, I can't stand that. Makes you gag. I hate it when people eat and like if they're eating a pork chop, it sounds like they're swallowing, like they liquefied the pork, like they blended it and they're drinking it. Oh, I can't stand that. Oh, smacking. Well, the smacking is not like, it's more like the all of that. There's people who get on the camera and got that all that going on. Oh, I do not stay. If you sound like that when you should know. If you're like that, no one's hanging out to hear you gulping energy like that. It's like it just depletes your like you just feel depleted. It's like, oh no. like like what did they do? Like vaporize it into liquid form? And like, bro, like if you gums chew it on the side, then but chew it good, and then then like you got to do it like this. All this like how no how, I did the first time. I can't stand. I will not stick around for your. I love lives and I love listening in like anybody else. But if you're eating like that, you sound like that. I'm not gonna hang out. I'm leaving. I will ban myself. Like you don't have to kick me. I kick myself. It's like some people know they doing that. Like you sound like that. But why you know that's horrific. Yeah. Mm-mm. Yeah, those are my only pet peeves. You know. So anyway, I have 30 minutes. You know. Okay, I'm gonna end this live, and I'm gonna take 30-minute break, and then I'm gonna come back. Yeah, they kind of fuzzle. They hate. They didn't made my energy fuzzy. Okay, I'll be right back in a little bit, you guys. I, and I'm certain I'm coming back in 30.